And the idea that this guy here, Marcus Aurelius, would actually go so far as to try to dox Attorney Sperling, you know, and you know and it sucks because as a black guy, right? What do they say? It's like crabs in a bucket, right? And I never want to whenever I hear negative things about us as a group, it always makes me want to like break things, flip tables and shit, you know? But then there's always somebody like this that's going to that proves the point, that proves the point.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's okay. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. I ain't never really wanna flex my gifts, but I think it's my
Oh, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. It was just too funny. What's up, Coach Lamar? What's up, Broken Blade? How you doing? I had to. If Keen's in here, he's gonna hate me for that, but I had to do it. I had to because that stuff is hilarious. Um, but yeah, it's been an interesting week. Um, Dennis has done such a great job of highlighting, things that really making an effort to destroy some of these narratives um, that have been perpetuated again, about us black men. And the most interesting thing about it, the what's up, Coach Lamont? The biggest the most interesting thing about this whole thing also, once again, is that in this space, which again, and I touched on this a little bit ago, in this space, the fact that some of these guys have the nerve to try to dictate who and who should and shouldn't be in the space when Dennis has done so much legwork, so much legwork. And, it really kind of upset me because here, let's go, to, what Uncle D had to say as far as stepping away from the Black Manosphere. And it's just a shame that that's the type of stuff that we have to deal with, as far as, you know, um, as far as just being, we have to worry about being doxxed, like we have to actually worry about being doxxed. And it's just, it bums me out because especially in a situation like we're in, you know, there's not a lot of guys that are willing to like really put their neck out there and really risk it for the biscuit, as they say, you know, and and Dennis has done such a great job of really highlighting, you know, hot, like really putting pressure on all of these other people. And the crazy part about it is that, we've got so many people in the space that are in it for their own, they're in it for the clicks, they're in it for the views. You've got so many people that every other word they're like, hit the Cash App or hit the pay, now obviously Dennis does that, too, but you've got people that do that but don't offer anything in return, right? Don't offer any valuable information, any whatever. And Mr. Sperling is constantly adding or giving us ammunition to defend ourselves, breaking the narratives that people have, just, you know we've had to just take it on the chin for such a long time, over and over and over again. Hey man, thank you, coach. Lamont, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular guy that can, I figured out how to turn the camera on and put some of these things together so that, gives us just one more page, one more thing where we can actually talk to each other. And the idea that this guy here, Marcus Aurelius, would actually go so far as to try to dox Attorney Sperling, you know, and you know the and it sucks because as a black guy, right? What do they say? It's like crabs in a bucket, right? And I never want to whenever I hear negative things about us as a group, it always makes me want to like break things, flip tables and shit. But then there's always somebody like this that's going to that proves the point, that proves the point. And here's the thing, like what have you done, sir? This Marcus Aurelius, please, if somebody, I'm not going to tag him because I'm just not petty, that petty, because I just don't feel like I should do. But what have you done, sir? Mark, you know what? Let's look. You guys want to look? Let's look. Because you know what? This is my goddamn channel. We're gonna do it. Let's look. Let's look and see what Senior Marcus Aurelius, what kind of how he's how he's how he is what he's done for the space. What has he done for um I guess I got to search by his, what you call it, was that at keep it. There you go. Let's find this clown. And you know what? I'm not going to try. You know what? My bad. Look, I'm not going to try to talk smack. I'm not going to talk smack. But here's what I am going to say. Let's see. So we just had an all-star week from arguably one of the most useful weeks of content. At this point, we've got 8 hours of content defending black men, showing conversations with women from different countries, from the Philippines to Brazil to the Dominican Republic, right? From Dennis. We've got, information about what you need to do when you get there, who you need to talk to, what things culturally are important to them, right? We've got point after point after point, right? We've dispelled myths, right? Dennis has done the legwork. He's put that whole thing, the whole Passport Bros thing, he's put it on his back. He's put it on his back and has made an effort to dispel so many myths. And he's being doxxed by somebody that's, let's see, playing peekaboo box clip from Passport Gate, marriage versus tricking. Huh. Is Dr. Umar on that? We got some booties being slapped here. Judge Judy is the GOAT, right? What do we got? This is our shorts, right? Got some this is a very valuable, keep it 100. This is a very valuable additions you've made to the space, sir. Thank you so much for everything that you do, sir. Appreciate it. Like you're really adding a lot of value to the space, sir. Let's see your lives. Hasn't done anything. Oh, simps, coons, and chameleons. Keep it 100. He's got, oh, what happened? Oh, it's coming from, oh, he's not, oh, that's the 11th. Okay. Public service announcement 2 weeks ago. So the guy that's barely creating any content, the guy that's barely creating any content is over here trying to dox us. That's who's doxing us. This guy. That guy's this guy right here, right? Uh Dennis flip-flops every month is what he says. Uh this guy, Marcus Riz, that's part of being a lawyer, winning at all costs. Also untrue. That ain't how it works, bruh. He needs solid arguments. 1 week you're anti-marriage, next week pro-marriage. I got a question for everybody in the chat. Is that a true statement? Do you guys feel like Dennis is has been flip-flopping? Has he not been consistent with his message? Right? Dennis is consistent with his message, right? Obviously, he doesn't want you walking into a situation, and if you're not ready to be married, or if you're marrying one of these 304s, as we say, right? But to be threatened with being doxxed, right? Dennis shared a story about how even the guy that wasn't his biological father, he was told that it was his biological father, wasn't his actual biological father. He shared that with us to show the treachery, and the disrespect that some of these women will show us. He shares his own story, right? He shared how as a coming up, he's just like the rest of us in that, he was lied to and deceived. His father was lied to and deceived. Sharing his story to put a thread. There's a common thread for all of us so that we can all be connected, right? That's why he shared his story. And this clown, and I'm gonna say it, and I would love for this guy, if he ever pops his ass up here, I'd love to have a conversation with him because he's off code. And you know what? And you know what? I'm gonna stop with. I'm not gonna call any names because I wanna start something new with how we deal with guys like this in the space, right? No more of this. We're not calling any names. No, 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 no. He needs to come. We need to bring him to the court. He needs to come to the court. He needs to stand here and answer for this right here. He needs to answer for this. He needs to answer for this. And we need to, and I think moving forward, as far as the manosphere, black manosphere, because to be honest with you, obviously Dennis was proving a point by saying he's no longer in the black manosphere, because if you're black and you're creating black male centric content, you can't not be in the black manosphere. There's no way around it. But we need to start a new process. We need to do something new. You dock somebody, you do something like this, you need to get called to the table. Like, you need to get called to we need to bring you up in front of everybody and say, Marcus Aurelius, if that's your real name. Clearly it's not your real name. At Keep It 100. Keep it 100. Explain yourself, sir. Explain it. Because when exactly did Dennis flip flop? Because I don't know. I've been following for a long time, and I don't know that I've ever heard a flip flop for real. There's been a handful of things that I didn't necessarily didn't exactly agree with, right? Like I was not a I didn't agree with the what was it, the Marvel movie, the what you call it, the movie I didn't see, the second Wakanda Forever or whatever, right? I thought I to be honest with you, I was 100% 180 with Dennis on that one. I think that it was, obviously the producer, I felt like he had to do whatever he had to do, but I didn't agree with anything. You know what I did? I said nothing. Wakanda went forever. Yeah, I said nothing. Dennis tried to throw Wakanda Forever some bail. I was like, I just can't get behind it personally. I think it's just full of too much, feminist whatever. Like, I understand, and I see what was trying to happen, but I can't get behind it. You know what I said? Nothing. I just didn't participate in that part of the conversation. And that needs to be the standard from here on out. Doxing, because what? Because maybe you're like, oh, maybe you should get married, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should get married, maybe you shouldn't. But you feel like you want to try to expose one of the most uh um uh one of our best voices, one of our bravest voices, one of our strongest, loudest voices. You want to dox this guy for this? For what? For hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's examine keep it 100. Because we don't even have to dox him. We just have to look at what we got going on. So this guy is the guy that wanted to try to put Dennis out the ring, huh? Out the space, huh? This guy. No more. Explain yourself, sir. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to pop up in his live. We should all pop up in his live and we should say, you know what? You need to explain yourself, sir. You need to explain yourself moving forward. And what's up, guys? How are you doing? I didn't, what was that? I didn't agree. Right. I didn't exactly agree with this perspective either. Right. But I was like, you know what? I see what he's trying to do. At the end of the day, it was a black man that produced it. It was beautiful. It was visually beautiful as far as everyone's garb and so on and so forth. And I appreciated that part. The message I wasn't with. And again, even though I didn't necessarily agree with it, I just didn't say anything. That's it. That's just what you do. Don't say anything. No comment. Marshawn Lynch. Man, I wish I had it queued up. Marshawn Lynch. I don't know if any of you guys remember. What's up, Randall? What's up, Coach Lamont? Everybody, fellas, what's up? I'm not going to be on here for very long. I just wanted to just chop it up for a split second since I'm all queued up from earlier. But Marshawn Lynch, he sat there. Remember that interview where he's like, "I'm just here so I don't get fined." Every question, that's how he answered. "I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined." And that needs to be the standard. White people don't do that. They don't dox each other like this. I was watching a news article just recently about a guy. It was an off-duty police officer. This was in like Utah or Colorado. He ended up beating up some woman, and for whatever reason, I don't know. He was having a bad day. And he, I guess, beat the hell out of this woman. I guess there was a bunch of witnesses and a bunch of people were on the news. None of those people on the news, white folks, didn't show their faces. They talked to the news people, but they didn't show their face. They didn't say anything in particular. Like, they don't do that to each other. But black people, for whatever reason, and I know exactly why, and I'm not going to try to get into it, but we are so comfortable calling each other out in public, and that needs to end immediately. It needs to be like, it's done. We can't do that anymore. Right? Like our women have done it to us for 50, 60 years now, right? This is why our reputation is trash, right? Our reputation was so bad to be. That's why, honestly, black men are looking good in these streets right now, because anything is better than what it was. And the reason for that is that our women destroyed our reputation so bad that it was like, there's no way, it's only up from here. It's only up from here. Meanwhile, people are starting to realize that our women have been lying the whole time. Our women have been lying the whole time. And people are starting to finally realize. They're like, I don't know. My experiences with black guys have actually been pretty good. They're actually usually pretty good right about now. I don't really know, but all I know is Keisha's out there, breaking and busting stuff up here. Let me find Twitter real fast, because Ennis has been providing receipts, boy. Dennis has been providing receipts. and that's the thing. That's what it is. Let's see. I think I searched hashtag Passport Bros. Because, right, man, say less, Broken Blade. Jesus Christ, you ain't about lying. Here, hold on, let me find this, because here it is. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In an airport, y'all. In an airport, y'all. In an airport, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go. Mhm. Just touch down. Uh-huh.
This is how we looking in these streets. This is how we're looking out here. This is how we're looking in the streets right now. Right? This is how we're looking. This is our ethnic reputation right here. This is black women's ethnic. This is our ethnic image right here. Ethnic image. This is it right here. This is our ethnic image.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wigs, sandals. Right? Now this is now
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go.
other groups are laughing at us.
Just touch down.
Other groups are laughing at us. And then we got this clown. What's up, Mr. Albert? How you doing, brother? What's up, man? What's up? Not my problem, he says. Where's my bag? I'm out. So, did any of you guys? So, here's the thing about this, and this is the part that messes me up about this guy. And I'm sorry I keep coming back to it, but I keep coming back to it um, because we got to stop. We got to stop this. We got to stop. We got to stop doing this. We got to stop trying to. We got to stop with the crabs in the bucket. You know, whatever. Right? The idea that us as you know, like the idea that black folks, like black men, can't work together. Right? Like, what do you mean we can't work together? You know, like, why can't we work together? Oh, I see. This is why we can't work together. Because we got folks that feel like, you know what, because they're not growing as fast as maybe they want to be, or maybe they're not as popular as they think they should be, that they feel like they can dox other men in the space. And like I said, you know, this is unacceptable. So I am doing a full broadcast probably tomorrow, maybe Saturday morning, just kind of discussing this, because I think we need to bring this gentleman to the table and ask, um because yeah, you know, of course, again, the whole thing about the black manosphere, and the Kevin had to do it, right? Because they did the same thing to him. uh MTR had to do it because they did the same thing to him. um Everyone has to on some level separate themselves from the black manosphere, because unfortunately, when you start to grow, there's other men that try to put you on blast. And I don't know that there's because again, if you're if you're a black man creating male content, you can't not be in the black manosphere. You can say that you're not in the black manosphere, but you're always going to get put in the black manosphere. Regardless, people are going to associate you with the black manosphere. But Dennis was proving a point more than anything, is like, I'm doing what I'm doing with or without the leaders of the black manosphere, Mr. Marcus Aurelius, or Keep It 100. And and honestly, especially coming off of this last week, this week shows this gentleman how insignificant he really is. And again, you know, we need to, I think it's called calling him to the mat. We need to call this gentleman to the mat, you know, and say, hey, brother, you need to explain yourself. You're off code. I left a comment on his on one of his community posts, and I flat said, I'm like, hey man, like, you were off code, period, off code. That was off code. Explain yourself, sir. And I think from now on, that's how we need to address this kind of stuff. Trying to man, yo, you got, do y'all know how much Dennis doesn't have to do this stuff? Do we know how much Dennis doesn't have to do this stuff? Like, how many hours he could not be doing this stuff? Right? Like, do we all, do you know what? Just to prove how much he doesn't have to do this stuff, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna let these folks tell you.
Conversation here. Let's roll it.
Your pussy stank. Your pussy stank. Your pussy stank. Your pussy stank. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. It takes the smell away. Na 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 na.
Crack yourself up, don't you?
Stay, your pussy stay. Your pussy stay. Your pussy stay. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Smell away.
Hey,
It's kind of funny now.
he hit that.
Hey, look.
He hit that note, boy. What's up, bro? How are you?
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life.